So I've made some final usability changes. I went in to all of the pages, and in this head content, I put the title and the style sheet. And the reason I did that was because under this administration page, I added a second style sheet called admin style sheet. So it's actually loading two in this page. Now, because I did this, I have to be aware of where that style sheet is at. So ... So from this page, I have to go up one level to admin. Then I have to go into the CSS folder, and then I can find the admin style sheet, which just sets the background color to red instead of gray. And I'll show you that in a minute. And then when I'm down here in the site manager, I have to ... So go up one level to admin, ... go up another level to root, and then from root go into CSS, and then from CSS find the style sheet. So it made it a little trickier there, but everything is working correctly. I changed over all of the links to ASP hyperlinks and all the images to ASP images. And so now when the site runs, it looks something like this. As an unauthenticated user, I can go home, I can view all the states, I can pick a state to see the details. I can go back to the view all the states, or I can go back home. Works well. My logo stays because it's an ASP image, and my hyperlinks are working because they're ASP hyperlinks. Once I go to the admin page, I'm forced to log on, and this is set up in web config. We're going to use the authentication mode forms. Here's the path to the logon page, which is here, the login folder, the login page. When I log in, I'm redirected to the admin pages, and you can see I'm in the admin folder now. I'm on admin default. And it's loading that second style sheet that gives me a red border, just so I know I'm logged in as an administrator. Now, this menu control needs some work. Drop down, having submenus underneath here would be great, and we can look at doing some of those later. Right now, I just created a simple little infrastructure here. I can edit a state, deletes okay, and redirects correctly. Update is working. Adding a new state is working. I can also, I just created a link to this role manager. I brought the site manager inside of the admin folder so that I could secure it with the web config, and I can get to role manager, and I can also get to role manager from there. The last thing I want to do here is talk about the login status control. So if I log in, I am now authenticated. I'm no longer an unauthenticated user. I'm a user in a role. I've got this border, and I just did that in CSS, so that's an indication I'm logged in. But I have no way to log out. The only way to log out would be to close the browser and reopen the site. So I want to put a logout button in here. So to do that, I'm just going to add it right to the end of my menu items here. So I'm just going to add it as another list item. It's going to go right in here, and it will be the ASP login status control. So when that is in there, and I refresh the page, I now have a way to log out. And then I can choose to, from home, I could go straight to the admin, and that'll prompt me for a login, or I can click login, and that'll prompt me for a login. And And there's my logout button. Now I can also, if we wanted to, could use login name, and that'll return the name of the person that's logged in to the system. So if you wanted to use that in some way, and some of these other controls might be useful to you as well.